Can everyone please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And recognition of the class of 2021. I'm Belinda Adams, the principal of the Turning Point program, and as I was working on these remarks, I had a moment to reminisce, to think back on my own graduation 17 years ago, and to think about our inspirational graduates and all the moments that I cherished from my last 10 years here in a myriad of roles. As I spent time reminiscing, and trying to come up with a motivational moment, I realized that many of the things I remember about these wonderfully resilient young people were actually my own learning opportunities, or my own failures. John Maxwell said, "Fail early, fail often, but always fail forward." To fail forward, we must purposefully and deliberately use failure to find success. We must do or try something new, something we want to do but are afraid to do. We have to step out of our comfort zone, even if we don't know where the path may lead. Well, these past 15 months have certainly given us all the opportunity to fail forward. I'm sure that you all, parents, friends, guardians, have had the opportunity to fail forward yourself during all of this. I certainly have, and will, over and over. We humbly thank you for all you do and have done to help your student fail forward to find success. These young people have had no choice but to challenge themselves. School wasn't what they were used to. From in-person learning to Google Classroom, from classmates sitting next to them to hybrid learning, from a teacher at the front of the room to a virtual one on the screen. It was difficult. Graduates have found their own grit and success in the failure of COVID. As we will soon celebrate, students have earned Regents diplomas, CDOS credentials, high school equivalency diplomas, and many, many awards and recognitions from our program and various other programs on campus. These young adults have shown us the meaning of resilience and the meaning to fail forward. To the graduates, as you say, "See you later," to all of us, remember that we will be here or there in your memories, cheering you on, encouraging you to rise above, and pushing you to fail forward. I am so proud of the hard work and perseverance that you have shown in these last 15 months. So, as you move on to the next part of your life, whatever that may be, remember, failing forward is my wish to you. Learn from your mistakes, and use every opportunity to be the best that you can be. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. And at this point, it is my privilege to welcome Mr. Stewart and Dalton to the stage.
Hi, everybody. So, I've been in this line of work for 28 years. And recently, as just a couple of years, I had the audacity to say that maybe I had seen it all. I was wrong. That's all right. I'm okay with admitting I'm wrong. In fact, Dalton here has done a fine job over the years of telling me when I'm wrong. And I appreciate appreciated that quite a bit. I became aware of many of these guys when they were in middle school, and you know, I could see on the horizon there was a storm coming my way, and that my skills were going to be put to the test, and that's proven to be true. And I'd like to think that through the strength of spirit and the willingness to engage in ideas and the sense of humor and the pushing of limits, I've grown a lot. These guys, these students have grown a lot. I know you, Dalton, have grown through the process. As much as you don't want to admit it, we have engaged in real learning here. And today is not just a celebration of each of these students, but it's also a celebration for each of these families who have worked incredibly hard. I've been in contact with parents all year long, in some cases over the last 4 years, and I've seen a real commitment on the part of the parents to get their students to this place. It's also a celebration for the people who have worked with these kids. Some of the people in this room have worked with these students since elementary and middle school, and it's a case of persistence and never willing to give up on the idea that these students would make it to this place. And most importantly, I think if there's anybody in this room who showed me that he will never give up, that would be this guy right there. Dalton has shown real persistence. He's been knocked down several times by being switched to half day, by schooling happening online, an unconventional curriculum. Each and every time he did not blink, he got right back up and kept at it. Perseverance is the story here, and I have real respect for somebody who can fight such a long, hard fight as the one that you fought me to get to here today. I congratulate you. While it may come as a surprise, I'm going to miss the energy that all of you guys have brought to this building, keeping us on our toes and also engaging in real dialogue. I appreciate a student who will press me on my ideas, force me to consider what I'm saying and what I believe. That's where real learning happens, when we engage. And Dalton has provided me that opportunity, as well as many of these other guys who are graduating here today. So I say thank you. And I also say congratulations. Congratulations to the students, to the families who've worked so hard, and also for the staff members who've worked so hard. This is a real win. This is a story of perseverance and struggle and willing to get right back up and never give up. Congratulations, all of you.
Deep Dalton's clothes, and Dalton had on his clothes, and they stood there around with a straight face. And I'm like, I did this. Going like this, looking for a star mark. There's a hell of me there in the hallway, people going back and forth, and I'm still trying to hold it together. Don't look at me. I said, no. And Mom, I didn't know what to do. Then he started laughing, and then they said they did it to you. I said, you can't fool your mother. You may be fooling me, but you can't fool Mama. Mama knows. Mama knows. And I'm going to tell, that's what I wanted to do, and made me tell Mama what you did. But you know what I love so much about your boys? Even though when they were angry, they knew how to conduct themselves. He would go and find a person, and sometimes he'd be walking in the hall so fast, I had to tell him, slow down, you know I got short legs. I'm looking like I'm jogging in the hall, my arms down like this. And he's just walking, because he's angry, but he learned how to conduct himself in such a way, and I love him so much. I mean, he's my heart. Both of them are my heart. And I wanted to also say, Mom, I want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of their life. Thank you so much, because you have done a marvelous job. And I want to also tell you, take a bow for what you have done, because they are wonderful young men. And another thing I wanted to say about JJ, whatever you do in life, we want you to take God with you in Jesus' name, and He will guide you. He will protect you, because I will be praying for the both of you. Every place you go, you're going to a new part in your life. This is going to be new, not coming here. But you'll find out what I do, because now you're not go to. So I'm going to miss you, and I'm going to truly miss Dawn. They are the heart that kept me beating here, because there were many times I wanted to retire, but I thought of my boys. I love them dearly. And thank you once again, family. Thank you.
How about now? All right. As most of you know, Christian is exceptionally fond of Japanese culture. From his ninja running when he was younger to his wooden sandals today, Christian has found ways to connect with Japan for a long time. He even hopes to move to Japan someday in an effort to make him move to Japan someday. In an effort to help him make a successful transition, I will do my best to explain an important part of Japanese culture that he will want to fully embrace when he heads overseas. Ganbaru is a verb based on two characters. The first character, gan, means tough or stubborn. We all know Christian's mastered that phrase. Not only has he pushed through difficulties most of us will never experience, he can argue the best of them or refuse to speak like a champion protester. The second character, Haru, means respected or prominent. Christian has also gained significant respect as he has progressed through our program. He's come to be known as someone who lives by morals and who will always do what is necessary. When we put together the two syllables, we arrive at a new meaning that is more challenging for Christian: to do one's best. An important thing to know about Christian is that he prides himself on being a minimalist when it comes to effort. I chose my words carefully. He will do what is necessary. Anything more is wasted effort. This might seem to put him at odds with the central tenet of being Japanese. From the time children are tiny, you're encouraged to face small challenges or larger adversity. Gamete, do your best. When situations require more commanding encouragement, ganbare, do your best. However, Christian has privately done his best to work on his personal goals throughout the time I've known him. He's just selective. Christian, I want to leave you with one last thought. No effort is wasted. You were forged not of the events that happen to you, but the way you meet those events and the lessons you take away as a result. Got it. There is a tradition here that when people graduate, we give them full circle of courage awards. And Christian's full circle of courage award, which will be in his bag over there. Excellent. Is for his willingness to push through discomfort, his commitment to increasing flexibility, and for his personal growth that has allowed him to form more meaningful relationships. Congratulations. David, you're up next. First of all, my apologies. I should have made a larger typeface on this, so we'll get through. All right. Morning, Devin. Glad to see you in person. It's been a while. We've known each other for, I think, 8 years now. It's been a while. No? It's been a while. As I prepared to write this speech, I was thinking of all the things we have in common. Some of them you probably know by now. Like, dancing is fun, no matter who is watching. Right?
Oh yeah, that's always fun. Funny.
Right?
No, you're doing it wrong.
I cannot tell you how many times I watched them do that dance. And so
You're
my
talking
favorite
about
one-
Just Dance.
Yes.
You're talking about Rasputin, right?
What do you mean that?
Huh? Oh, it's really you're doing it wrong. You're still doing it wrong. Oh man.
He also likes to tell people they're wrong.
I want to come back here and teach you how to do it right. No. It's already bad enough.
So, we also both have a tendency to mix our irreverent sense of humor and whatever works for us. Some things you might not know, such as we both hum to drop out pain in our heads sometimes. We both can also be excited by and fearful of uncertain futures.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Having worked toward and through uncertain futures a few more years than you have, I thought I might take a moment to give you a little advice as you approach this new state. Some things have worked for me that might be useful to you as well. First, there are the basics. Take care of yourself. Maintain a schedule. Be active every day. Have some real fun every day. And maintain connections to others. Ask yourself regularly if you're laughing enough. It's one way to measure whether you're taking care of yourself. Next, take a baby step forward toward that future every day. Don't worry about whether it's the right step. Every step will lead you closer to figuring it out. Embrace, laugh at, and learn from the mistakes or failures. Celebrate, share, and learn from your successes. Rinse and repeat. Just keep doing. You'll be surprised by things you can accomplish with consistent, small efforts. Devin, it's been a pleasure working with you for all these years. You've been one of the reasons I can consistently say that I'm laughing enough. So Devin's Circle of Courage Award is for his ability to maintain relationships and his willingness to keep moving forward despite challenges. Nice job, Devin. And our next speaker is Carl Morsonia, who will be speaking about Richard.
Richard, I promise I will dance.
Please don't. For the love of everything holy, please don't.
So, it's always a great privilege to watch a student enter the Turning Point program and become a new part of our community. It's happened countless times over the years, and Richard Hathaway is certainly no exception to this. I'm thrilled to be up here today to acknowledge Richard and the journey he has taken in this school over the past 4 years. From the anxious ninth grader who first stepped into my classroom doors to the older, more mature young person who is here on the stage with us. Something that struck me when I first met Richard was that he had this unique quality of being a genuinely fun kid to talk to, even if it's about something like that dreaded algebra class I teach, or how intricate the game of Minecraft actually is. We all learned a lot about this, more than I thought my brain could ever handle. Richard always seemed to be interested in new ideas and learning new topics, and he made our class discussions more fun and lively, even if they did get us a bit off topic from time to time. I always appreciated Richard's enthusiasm for what we read in English class, in those days when he would pull me back over to check on something we wrote, sometimes to see if it was actually school appropriate. And I soon learned that Richard has some real empathy and compassion for animals, and enjoyed showing photos of animals to anyone who's willing to see them. We often talk about the circle of courage at Turning Point, and it just feels like Richard's love of animals is truly symbolic of generosity, which is one of the 4 components. Anyone who has ever sat with Richard during peer group counseling saw how thoughtful his words of advice were to others. That same thoughtfulness was returned to him on those days when he was sitting on that infamous bench in the high school hall, maybe not feeling his best that day. This helped Richard make some new friends while he was here, a skill that will surely help him in the future. So Richard, your time here was well spent. And we're all glad we got the chance to know you. We wish you the best of luck and happiness in whatever path you choose to take from here on out. We will miss you. Sorry, and next we have Beth Wood speaking for McKenna.
Okay, so we're both good. First of all, this is huge because McKenna's been saying all along that she wasn't getting up here. And so the fact that she actually came up in front of everybody is amazing. I mean, I'm blown away. But this is her. It's exactly what I was going to say. McKenna came to us, a very determined, spitfire, who knew exactly what she wanted and exactly how she was going to get it, and it didn't take her long. McKenna was not actually left even a full school year. Her goal was to prove herself and move on to the task program, which is what we call GED these days. It's now called the task program, where she spent really just a few short weeks, took the test, tested out, and she was out of here. She was done. And that was exactly what she wanted. That was exactly her goal. She has plans for college and big plans for her life. And I have absolutely no doubt that with the independence and the determination and the skills that this young lady has, that the sky's the limit. You've got this. You can do anything in life. Just smile more. Yeah, right? Just smile more, because everybody thinks they're going to hate them. All right, your Circle of Courage Award is based very much on the things that I just said. You've been awarded the full Circle of Courage Award for knowing exactly what you needed and advocating for yourself in order to be successful in completing your task, and for consistently demonstrating the independent spirit that will take you very far in life. I'm also supposed to be speaking for Thomas, who, you know, his family's here, so I'm going to say the things I was going to say. Thomas is not alive. So, Thomas is kind of the opposite of McKenna. McKenna was here just, you know, a couple of short months really with us. Thomas has been here with us a really long time. And in that time, he has developed significant relationships with many of the people who are sitting here, not just staff, but also his peers. And that young man, his quote for the yearbook, or his senior quote, was, "Tough times don't last, tough people do." And if there was any statement that was more Thomas than that, I don't know what it is. That young man has been through a lifetime of tough times. And yet, I'm standing here today, even though he's not, to honor this achievement for him. He was with us all the way through 3 of his years in high school, and then he made the decision to move on to the task program and get his task, which he also started at the beginning of this school year. We had no idea how much instruction it would take for him to be successful on the test, or how many times it might take him of taking the test to be able to complete it. And just like McKenna, he took it once and blew it out of the water. And while he could have left and said, "Yay, I'm done," he did not, because he was in the middle of a 2-year career in tech program. And he was really excelling. He was doing extremely well in that program. In fact, by the end of this year, which he did complete, to complete his welding certificate, he also received the Tony DeLucci Award. He also received the Teacher Award for the 2nd year of his welding program. And so he's leaving us not only with his task, but also with a welding certificate that he's going to be able to do something really big with in his life. His Circle of Courage Award is for persevering through challenge after challenge to complete his task with flying colors, and for the many enduring relationships that he's developed with staff and peers. Next up is Mrs. Merkel. And Ted.
Tyler Santana became part of our Turning Point High School about 2.5 years ago. And up until then, Tyler had not found the right fit in the high school. But at Turning Point, he found a school where he belonged and could be successful. Tyler brought lunchtime Uno games to my class that bonded our group. He often took breaks out of the basketball court and was well known around Smith School for his athletic talent and well-liked by all. Teachers and staff from around the building would often stop and tell me how much they enjoyed having Tyler in their classes. Because he has been successful here does not mean that his journey was easy. Tyler is the hardest working person I know. He's had days and weeks and sometimes months of intense struggle. At times, he was going through hell, and most people, when faced with these kind of challenges, would have quit. But Tyler never quits. He picks himself up and he finds a way to move forward towards his goals. It's humbling to witness his grit and determination. Tyler worked hard and found a way to shine during virtual learning. This was a hard time for many, and Tyler often stepped up for the group, initiating and engaging in classroom discussions when others were struggling, or working diligently on additional articles for that school newspaper every month. Tyler has earned his Regents diploma and will be honoring him with the Full Circle of Courage Award today. The past 2.5 years have been an incredible period of growth for Tyler in the areas of mastery, belonging, independence, and generosity. I know this success and this growth came about because Tyler had the courage to take risks, ask for help, and get involved with our community. He participated in the school newspaper and basketball tournaments. He was involved in bowling field trips and inside jokes that came during our countless card games. He earned his credits and made friends and is leaving the school a better place because he was a part of it. Thank you, Tyler, for all you have given us. I will miss you. I'm very proud of you and excited for you and your bright future. Congratulations. Jonathan Gordon and Lisa Epperson are next. Up on stage.
When I met Jonathan, he was kind of a quiet guy. He and I had to get to know each other first. In our class, we've been giving some advice about how best to respond when things shut down. But of course, I leaned in for a different approach. Basically, I said, hey, dude, we've got to find a different way to do this. Let's go for a lap. And we did. We walked around the building. Then we walked around the building again. And again. Jonathan and I did this every day for 2 years. On these laps, I got to know Jonathan through his jokes and stories. I learned about his passion for Boy Scouts, his projects such as bridge building that he was working toward earning his Eagle Scouts. Oh, and how Jonathan was going to send Miss Lisa to the salt mines before Gulag. Then he took a big interest in magic. Jonathan would come into the classroom every morning and say to Miss Lisa, can I show you a new magic trick? I would say, sure, I'm ready. He would show me those magic tricks over and over, and I enjoyed every minute of it. I learned about his love for history and tricks that he had taken. We talked about struggles he was having in class and brainstormed solutions to try. On our walks, I was lucky enough to get to know this remarkable young man. And now, he is ready to go out into the world. Jonathan, I am so proud of the man you have grown into. You are thoughtful, responsible, funny, and intelligent. I know that the good kid I have always enjoyed walking with is going to grow into a great history teacher who will walk with his own students in the future. The work you put into becoming who you want to be in this world has paid off. I feel lucky to have been with you on this journey, and I can't wait to see where you go next. Congratulations.
Okay, when Alan came and asked for me to speak at his graduation, I was flooded with many memories. There are, of course, the times where he struggled, and we won't talk about those. And then there are the times when Alan was amazing. In my 15 years here, I can't remember a person who so strongly advocated that this was the school for him. There were the times when adults thought that Alan should go back to his home school and could be successful, but each time Alan advocated that he would be more successful if he remained here. Alan worked on understanding how to use his words to tell people how he was feeling, and he utilized his counselors to figure out those strong feelings. Alan's made so many great connections over the years. He has stayed connected with kids that he was friends with prior to being here. He's made new friends that will likely last forever. And he's also made choices to let some people go if they're not helping him along the way. Alan was in my classroom for 2 years in middle school, and watching him grow those 2 years was amazing. Once Alan entered high school, that didn't stop him from visiting daily, or several times a day. Miss Anderson and myself enjoyed that. He would come in and update us on his life, check in if he was struggling, and often attempt to help the students that were currently in our class. He gained a lot of wisdom through his years here and uses that wisdom to help guide those around him. Several years ago, Miss Anderson and I switched programs, and again, that didn't stop Alan from visiting us. He would come in and visit us and got to know our students. Over the last few years, he's even helped some of those students when they're struggling in halls or outside. Alan's ability to connect has grown so much in his 10 years here, and this building as a whole will miss all he has to offer. In our class, we always write little post-its when the kids say something that we want to remind them of in the future. On December 14th, 2018, Alan said, "I'm just tired of being bad." After Alan made this realization, he was able to shift his thinking around school, home, and about his future. We are all so proud of the great accomplishments he has made here at Smith School, and we know that he will continue to drive for his success.
Right, so here we are at the end of all of our speeches. And at this point, I would like to invite all of our graduates to stand right where you are. We're not going to throw our hats this year because the state has some silly rules that we're going to abide by. But we are going to move our tassel, all right? So at this moment, it is my pleasure to announce the graduating class of 2021. Please move your tassels to the other side. All right, so at this point, I apologize for the awkwardness of this, but I'm going to dismiss you family by family so that we don't sort of gather on the way out. You all are also able to exit here if you'd like to. All right, so McKenna's family, why don't you go ahead and head out? And Christian, if you all want to go this way, you're welcome to head out this way. follow them as well. All right, Tyler's family, are you headed out this way or that way? Okay, come on, okay. Jonathan's family, would you like to go out this way? All right, perfect. Thanks for tolerating the silliness. Feels a little silly. All right, Richard's family, thank you so much. All right, Alan's family, you can head out as well. I know you're kind of visiting, so do what you need to do. Devin and family, thank you. I won't announce you all. You're last, but not least. Do you want me to say Dalton and Jamie's family? Okay, excellent.